You just got a fresh haircut. You paid good money for it. You sat in the chair, trusted the process, and when you got home and looked in the mirror, something felt off. Not bad exactly, just older than you pictured. Here's the truth. It wasn't you, it was the cut. The wrong haircut doesn't just sit there, it actively works against you. It flattens your features, shortens your neck, and adds years you haven't lived yet. And there's one cut on this list, number 5, that I see on almost every woman over 60 who comes to me saying she feels invisible. We'll get there. Welcome to Vintage Minds, where great style has no expiration date. If looking current, confident, and completely yourself after 60 is your thing, hit subscribe. Now, let's get into it. Haircut number 1, the soft layered lob. The first haircut that takes years off is the soft layered lob. That's a long bob, hitting anywhere from the collarbone to just below the jaw. Here's why it works so well after 60. As we age, our faces naturally lose volume and definition. A blunt, one-length cut just hangs there and draws the eye straight down. But layers create movement. They frame the face, lift the cheekbones visually, and give the illusion of fullness without adding bulk. Ask your stylist for face-framing pieces that start at the cheekbone and taper softly toward the chin. That internal framing is what does the lifting. And here's your do-it-today trick if you already have a lob. Blow-dry the front sections, wrapping slightly inward at the ends. That subtle curve frames the face the way layers would. Costs nothing. The next cut takes that same principle and adds something most women never think to ask for. Haircut number 2, the textured pixie. The textured pixie, not the flat helmet-style pixie, is one of the most age-defying cuts available, and it's wildly underused. Here's the mechanism. When hair is cut close to the head with no texture, it emphasizes the shape of the skull and any changes in facial structure that come with age. Texture breaks that up. Choppy ends, piecey layers through the top, a slightly longer side section. These details pull the eye to the hair itself rather than letting it land on fine lines or softened jawlines. Tell your stylist, I want texture, not polish. That one phrase changes everything. Already have a pixie? Use a tiny amount of a light pomade, the size of a pea, and work it through the ends to separate them. Instant texture, no appointment needed. But the next one is where most women get genuinely surprised by their own reflection. Haircut number 3, the shaggy bob. The shag is back, and for women over 60, it might be the most flattering cut of the decade. A shaggy bob uses curtain bangs and heavy internal layering to do something almost no other cut does. It frames both the forehead and the cheekbones at the same time. 2 zones of your face lifted at once. The curtain bangs are the key detail here. They part in the center and sweep softly to either side, drawing the eye horizontally across the top third of the face, which visually widens the forehead and counterbalances any narrowing that's happened around the jaw with age. If you already have a bob and want to try this before committing, part your hair down the center and let the front sections fall loosely forward toward your cheeks. That's your curtain bang preview. If you like what you see, book the appointment. The next one is quick, but don't let that fool you. Haircut number 4, the side swept bang, rapid fire. One simple change to any haircut, add a soft side swept bang. No dramatic cut required, just a diagonal line of longer fringe that sweeps across the forehead. It breaks up the forehead's full expanse, creates asymmetry, and asymmetry reads as youthful. It softens, it moves, and it works on short hair, medium hair, long hair, any length, any texture. Ask for it to hit just at or slightly above the brow. Too long and it covers, too short and it stiffens. At the brow is the sweet spot. Now, number 5, the one I promised you. Haircut 5, the one I promised, the payoff. Here it is, the mistake almost every woman over 60 is still making without realizing it. The wash and wear bowl cut. I understand completely why it happens. It's easy, it's low maintenance. A stylist somewhere along the way told you it was practical for your age, and so you kept it. But here's what it's actually doing. The bowl cut creates a hard, horizontal line that runs across the back of the head and sits right at the widest point of the skull. The eye lands there and stops. That's called a visual anchor, and it makes the head look wide, the neck look shorter, and the whole silhouette look heavier and older. The fix isn't dramatic. Ask your stylist to add a slight graduation at the back, meaning the interior layers are cut shorter than the surface, so the hair tapers softly rather than stopping in a hard line. Same length overall, completely different effect. That one technical adjustment removes the visual anchor entirely, and suddenly the cut that felt practical starts feeling polished, too. Haircut 6. The modern chin-length bob. The classic bob never goes anywhere, but the modern version has one crucial difference from what most women are wearing. The updated chin-length bob is slightly longer in the front than the back. That's called an A-line bob, and that forward-sweeping angle does something the traditional blunt bob cannot. It directs the eye toward your face, not away from it. A blunt bob ends at the same length all the way around, which creates a box shape. The A-line creates a V, and V shapes always read slimmer and more current. Ask for 1 inch longer in front than the back. That's the entire difference. Your stylist will know exactly what you mean. Haircut 7, the long, layered cut. Yes, really. And this is the big one, because it goes against everything women over 60 have been told. Keep your hair long, but do it with intention. The old rule was cut it short after a certain age. That rule is wrong, and it was never based on anything except habit. Long hair after 60 is stunning when it has the right layers. Without layers, long hair after 60 pulls downward with its own weight and elongates the face in an unflattering way. But long layers, starting at the collarbone and cascading down, create vertical movement. Vertical movement lengthens the neck, lifts the face, and adds a softness that shortcuts often can't achieve. The non-negotiable, no one length, no split ends, and no center part with flat, unshaped sides. Ask for layers starting at the collarbone and a soft side part to break up symmetry. Long hair done right doesn't age you. Long hair done carelessly does. That's the whole difference. The real secret. Here's what every one of these cuts has in common. They all work with movement, not against it. The cuts that age women fastest are the ones with hard edges, rigid shapes, and no flow. Hair that moves reads as alive. Hair that sits reads as heavy. Whatever cut you choose, ask for softness. Soft edges, soft layers, soft framing. That single word will guide your stylist to exactly where you want to be. Every one of these is achievable at your next appointment, and some you can start experimenting with today. You have earned the right to walk out of that salon feeling like yourself, only better. If this gave you something useful, my friends, a like takes 1 second and it helps this channel more than you know. Subscribe if great style at every age is your thing. And tell me in the comments, which of these 7 are you trying first? I read every single one.